If I understood this simple concept of how muscle growth actually worked, then I would have made so much more progress and I'd be so much more ahead right now. But I kid you not, in the first year of ever training, I trained for an entire year basically. I didn't really know how to build muscle and I barely made any progress. I was able to lose some weight because I was fat back then, but realistically, the body I was trying to achieve, I just simply didn't achieve it because I didn't know how like the fundamental worked. But once I figured out how it actually worked, like it just clicked for me instantly. And ever since that time it just clicked for me, I've been able to always train in a way where I'm like guaranteed to grow some muscle. And even though it's just like a tiny bit, because after a while your muscle growth depletes. In the beginning, you will grow so much muscle, but after a while it just depletes. But I still like managed to find a way because it just clicked, and then I've been able to do it ever since, where every single training session I have, I'm basically guaranteed to grow a little bit of muscle, which is how I've made so much progress in just a short amount of time. So how it actually works is your muscle is like, kind of think of your muscle as your brain, where you have to adapt. So as the human body is basically known for adapting. It's known for adapting to everything around its environment. So what you have to put your muscles through is you have to put your muscles through an environment where they are forced to adapt. They are forced to get stronger. So what that looks like is you have to train hard, because the first year I trained, I wasn't actually training hard. I was doing all these movements 3 hours in the gym, but I wasn't truly training hard. But it wasn't until I started training hard and I started actually putting my muscles through an environment where they have to adapt, that's when I started seeing the growth. So what this looks like is, it's called training till failure. Now, by training till failure, you don't have to do so many sets. You don't have to do like 6 sets per exercise or 4 sets per exercise. You can literally minimize to 2 sets per exercise as long as you're training to failure. And what this means is basically, I'll give you an example. Let's just say you are doing some lat pull downs. Now lat pull downs is really easy to train till failure because it's like a machine. So what this looks like is you're aiming for around 10 reps, and as you're getting to the 9th, you're struggling, right? But once you get to the 10th, you're able to complete the 10th, but now that was like almost all of your energy is gone, and now you really have to push for the 11th set, and you're struggling, you can barely even get like the bar down, and you're just like, you're shaking, you're going down, and you go back up and you try it again, and then you can't even get it down all the way, but then you start doing something called partial reps. Now this is where right after you're able to do an entire set of just good form, you're able to do the full range of motion, then you get to the point where you can't even go the full rep anymore. So you start repping out partial reps, where it looks like just like halfway, and then it starts getting to like a quarter way, and then starts getting to barely anything. And what you've just done there is you've trained your muscle till failure. What you're telling your body to do right there is you're basically telling your muscles, I'm not used to this environment, I have to adapt to it. Do that a couple times, make sure you're eating well, and you will grow. Like doing this, I've seen the absolute most growth compared to any other training method there is. So I would recommend training till failure, because that's just how I've seen the most growth. So if you found this helpful, just make sure to sub, do all the shit YouTubers tell you to do, sub, like, and watch my other videos too. So take care, brother.